had a dream last night. Is that media training? Maybe I'll go to Cuba instead of the desert. Yes, absolutely. You absolutely need a valid passport to travel to Cuba. Well, I guess I'm not going to Cuba. For the past 15 years, I've been trying to get a passport. I have made appointments that have been canceled. I've budgeted and then like that money be stolen from me. Literally in 2020, I had an appointment and then I'm 52. And also I could get a passport between now and my birthday. I don't know how to live any other way. Numbers is a whole different language that I'm trying to learn. Minding my own energetic business. The world's kids aren't my responsibility. Sorry. Like, I feel like as a woman, specifically a Black woman, that's a bold statement. I have to kind of map out a plan. And the thing about the language of numbers is part of that plan is to learn numbers. And I don't know if you know numbers, like if you are fluent in the language of numbers, can you give me a cheat sheet? Maybe a downloadable link, a Jiffy set. I don't know. It's Friday and I'm tired, and the word of the day is vaunted, often spoken of or described as very good or great. You know what? Exactly, bitch. I'm going to talk about Lil Mama again because her music was so fun. Raven Simone also made really good music. I'm just going to mind my energetic business. Sports taught us everything: discipline, resilience, and how to push past limits. Ain't it funny that Venus and Serena both marry the same type of man? Also, shout out to Serena Williams' husband, who is the ultimate Reddit bro, like literally the ultimate Reddit bro, because it's insane. I don't care. Actually, I don't care. It's absolutely insane that lady is doing GLP-1 commercials. I know people like it or they use it and it's good for them, and I ain't got no beef with no type of medicine. I ain't got no beef with nothing nobody do with their body. But again, Serena Williams, who we tout as the world's greatest athlete, and we tout athletes as not like athleticism is the core of meritocracy. Like meritocracy exists in proof positive through athleticism, because you physically cannot do what somebody else physically can do if you can't do it. Beyonce as an athlete, we don't talk about her as an athlete, but baby, that lady sings with that microphone on and she hits them notes and she dances, okay? All the reasons that she's a billionaire aside, all the ways in which, problematic fave aside, that's why it's so easy to believe that she worked hard for her money and her position and her status. She didn't. That's just not how the economy works. That's just not how money works. I know that much about the language of numbers. However, what she can do is sing and dance, okay? That's yeah. That's what she can do. And so for somebody with this with somebody who has reached these heights through sheer determination and will and discipline, like calisthenics, like from her literal bootstraps. She's like, I'm a little tubby and I can't get the weight off. Let me get this shot. First of all, you can be a little tubby, bitch. You had 2 kids and you're not a pro athlete anymore. Like your lifestyle isn't constantly training anymore. You're a whole ass wife. You can get a little squishy, girl. Anyway, Venus is gorgeous. So is Serena, but like every time I see Venus, I'm like, fuck, I forget that's what she looked like. She is gorgeous. See, this is the problem, because the next thing says children deserve a better world, and I'm like, yeah, I agree, but I'm minding my energetic business because I ain't got no kids. I help raise enough resources to send 2 solar farms to Cuba. Yay! My Twitter timeline is fun. I don't know. Honestly, Twitter is still better than all the meta platforms, and it's like, I don't is that just solely because the user base didn't really shift in either direction? Like when Facebook created Threads and then bought Instagram and became the meta platform, the users were still there, so the user experience got worse, but the same type of people were on those platforms. Same with Twitter. Elon Musk did all his damage to it, but he's only one person in the teams, even though those are downsized to nothing but sycophants for the most part, as far as I understand. He's still, I don't know, the platform is still a better user experience. And also the people, like my timeline, every time I open Twitter is always exactly what I want to see, versus the meta platforms. They just, I don't know. They just really fucking suck. I think it's important to establish the role AI. So we're talking about AI today. I really hate defeatist mentality. I know that's right. And I hate people who spread defeatism even more. I know that's even righter. You see the people of the resistance steadfast on the front line, while defeatists halfway across the world, supposedly on the side of the resistance, are saying it's all over. Like, here's my thing, and then I'm gonna go. If you're standing from your balcony and you're looking out over the world and you're freaked out and you're scared, valid. Shit's fucking spooky scary. However, if your response is, I feel hopeless and helpless because nobody's doing anything, that's a you problem. Now, this always is going to range from age. Speaking of age, because back to the language of numbers, age ain't nothing but a number. Getting down ain't nothing but a thing. Now, Robert Kelly said that, but also you said, Ed, it's because of my age, girl. But age ain't nothing but a number. It ain't nothing but a number. Pretty Ricky said that. And it's like, well, no, age, especially in your adolescence, obviously it's not 1-to-1 for every single person, but like a 10-year-old and an 11-year-old are two different adolescents. 11-year-old and a 12-year-old are two different adolescents. Those ages do mean something about their development. Age matters. The number of which you are as far as born into this earth and the years of which you've been around matter. Those are literally... Anyways, my energetic business. You know what I think is crazy? Oh, if you say, I'm saying it depends on your age, like maybe you're young and so you genuinely don't know. But that's part of like, you got to look to the elders around you. And if you ain't got no elders around you, you need to get from around where you are. However, all across the world, for as long as you look back, there are people who have fought against these evils. There are people who saw through the bullshit. There are people who didn't believe the lies. There are people who believed the lies and then changed their minds and then, are atoning for believing those lies. There's people who told those lies and realized maybe I shouldn't have lied. Like there's always been a fight against what is wrong. And so if you go outside and you're like, hey, everything sucks, everything is bleak, I'm going to fucking kill myself. Don't do that, or do it. I'm not here to judge you and tell you how to live your life, but I like to be alive. So I would always encourage people to be alive, but everybody don't like being alive, and I'm not going to force you is my point, but don't do it. But also I'm on my business. Look for the helpers. And it's whatever that sentiment is, whoever told you that, wherever that phrase came from, because that's the thing. I'm not a helper, but I can show you where the helpers are, right? Look for the helpers. There are people who are doing the work. There has always been work against this. There has always been movement against this. There has always been action against this. So if you don't see it and you're finding yourself in despair because it just feels hopeless and the bad guys are winning, look for the helpers, because the helpers are just going to usher you to the safe zone where people are working and doing the work. They're out there. The good work is happening. The fight is happening. These people can't win mainly because they're really fucking stupid. Like when I say really fucking stupid, they can't even say the words obliterated. This man was like, we obliterated them. What do you say? You're not even saying the words right. Like you're so fucking stupid. In another lifetime, we'd use a word that begins with R, but I don't want to offend anybody. And also I understand when people say, hey, that word hurts my feelings. I can relate. It's not the same thing. Mind you, let's be very motherfucking clear. John Mulaney told the joke and everybody thought it was funny, but nobody really understood that what he was saying was the actual factual part of it. Like these words don't just hurt our feelings. They're dangerous. They're damaging. It's what the natives and the indigenous tribes have tried to explain about the word savage. And we just somehow have decided to reclaim it as ours. And we can't do that when we're not listed in the Constitution as such. But I digress, because you can't say nothing about Texas, baby. Let me tell you something about Texas, baby. I really hope Texas get those casinos, because Texas with casinos, child, y'all, listen, y'all would never, if Texas had casino every day except for Wednesday.